Right, Maurice Greene here for the press conference for the Adidas Boston Games. I guess what's your role with this venture? Why'd they bring you out here?
I am an ambassador for Adidas for one, and then I think my name brings a little bit of value and gets people excited sometimes. So they asked me if I wanted to be a part of this, and of course, I mean, like I said on the stage, I love being a part of historical events, and this is the first one in America like this. So why wouldn't you want to be a part of it?
Do you think that this is sort of what the sport needs to sort of get more popular in the United States? Do you think this kind of thing is good versus the previous iteration of this meet, which was supposed to track meet?
I think it's just going to bring new energy to it. I mean, there have been these couple of type of meets, throughout the world, and they've shown a lot of great promise. So to do it here in Boston for the first time, so you're going to get some fans that are curious about it, and you're going to get the regular fans. One thing about track and field is everybody can relate to it, because at some point in their life they raced somebody from this point to this point, or they wanted to jump this far, or they wanted to throw something. Like, every single person can relate to something in track and field, and that's what brings everybody together. I believe if it's publicized more and the events are put on right, I mean, you'll get the people to come out and see it.
Did you ever run in a street meet like this?
No, I've never had the opportunity. I would have loved to, but no. I mean, it's a lot of excitement.
From an athlete's perspective, what do you think? How does it differ from?
Well, the fans are going to be right up on top of you. The atmosphere is going to be a little more electric, because everybody is. I mean, it's like you're running down a tunnel full of people. So I think it's going to be great. I would have loved to do something like that.
I'm wondering, you're an Olympic gold medalist also in the relay, not just the 100 meters. And recently there's been a few issues with some of the handoffs, with the 4x1 specifically. Wondering, do you have any advice for that? Do you know how you would go about fixing that?
Oh yeah, I know how I would fix it, but I have to be the coach. But I'm not the coach. I mean, that's the coach's problem. He has to understand the tools he has, and he has to go out there and try to get them together. The thing is, you have to get 4 people to work as one. I mean, that's what you have to do. So.
And do you think that's just getting them practicing more, like getting them in a special camp earlier,
they do go into camp early, and they do all of those things. I think it's just the information. I'm not going to say it's the person giving the information. I think you got to put more on. Let the athletes be athletes themselves and not try to control them as much. That's what I really think.
Do you think Dennis Mitchell should stay as coach? Would you have any recommendation?
That's not up to me. So.
Sure. Keeping with the hard questions, the sport's in a tough place right now with performance-enhancing drugs and everything. What do you think the steps needed to be taken? What should they be?
I mean, I think the biggest step that could be done is you just get an outside company who has no affiliation with anybody to come in and to start doing everything. Then there could be no cover-ups, nothing. They will get out as soon as it happens. But when, I mean, our sport is in such turmoil because you have the former president, Lemaine, he's going through an investigation, and they're finding all kind of things. And when you have stuff corrupt at the top, it's going to be corrupt all through. So they have to fix those problems first.
Do you think it's really impacting the next generation? Or could it impact the next generation?
You know what? I think the next generation is so oblivious to. I mean, when I was growing up, I didn't know any other politics or anything going on about it. So I can't say that it will impact the next generation, because when you have the younger athletes, they just want to get out there and compete. They just want to go out there and compete. You give them the place to compete, and they'll go out there. So I can't say it's really affecting the next generation, but does in a sense. It doesn't, but it does at the same time.
Do you think that there's any way Usain Bolt could be beaten this summer in Rio?
I think the best chance for him to be beat was last year. And I think he cut it close last year, and he knows that. So this year he's working extremely hard, and I think he wants to make sure that it's not going to be a question if he can be beat this time. He wants to make it known that, you know what, I am the best out here.
What do you think about Trayvon Bromell? You know, he was a bronze medalist last summer. He
Right.
won the world indoor title. I mean, I guess not necessarily his thoughts about beating Bolt this summer, but, you know, what do you think how good do you think he can be?
No, you know what? Trayvon is a young, talented athlete, and his confidence is just getting greater and greater because, you know, he won the indoor world championships this year. That's just giving him more confidence. And when you have a young, talented athlete with that much confidence, the sky is the limit for him. You know, he just has to stay focused and continue to work on his craft and work and try to get better.
A street meet like this, do you think it will really serve to inspire, get that next generation excited about track and field?
Yeah, I think so. I think you know, when you have any type of track and field event, as long as it's marketed and publicized, right, you're going to get a bunch of people to come out and see it. I mean, I walk around a lot of places, and they always ask me, when is the next track meet? When is the next one? You know, I mean, I think as long as people know about it, it'll be great. It's a great event.
Thank you very much.
All right.